This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. The prairie skies are wide and high, deep in the heart of Texas. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Our friends at Rogue Media Network stay busy with over 300 shows. It is safe to say there's something for everybody, including those who love the animated show King of the Hill.
Blah. I can't. Did I do it right? Yeah? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. A King of the Hill podcast has been going strong for over 4 years now, breaking down episodes of the show. Here to tell us more, we have the show's host, Mike Hamilton, who could probably give a beck rendition of that.
No, you did a great job.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
There it is.
Yeah.
Who says the blah?
Who
says
say it again?
Who says
Hank.
Hank.
Yeah,
Hank
Hank's
says the
always
blah.
like, whoa. Yeah, that's, you know.
Oh, that was a really good one.
No, it really wasn't. But you know what kills me is every time you guys play that number of 300, I'm like, it takes me right back because I remember when we had like 10.
Isn't that incredible?
You know? Yeah, that's just,
that's true,
I
yeah.
am so grateful to this
growth.
community. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
We had an actress on the other day, nationally known from All That,
Yeah.
who came on and
Yeah.
talked about her podcast, and
Oh,
she
she's
connected
so
with you guys.
good.
I mean, you guys
Yeah.
have your hands in all kinds
Can I
of...
tell you a quick story about
Yeah.
her? I know this is about something else, but the way I found her is sometimes I'll work from home, and what I do is I just turn on YouTube and just let it roll, right? Let the algorithm take over. And her show came on, and that specific episode that she was doing, she said, Lisa, she
Yes,
said, I'm really looking for a studio, somebody who could help, and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh crap, there we go. There's an opportunity,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so I just sent her an email, and we started talking, and yeah.
Letting opportunity come to you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
It's crazy how many people out there like to work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it. Well, we love that. Now, King of the Hill, obviously, very popular show. You talked about the podcast before, specifically. How have things been going since you first kind of brought it up?
So the show does great. The show does great. Don't get me wrong. It's a little bit of a solemn time right now, just simply because we're a little over a year after Jonathan Joss passed,
that's right.
the one that played John Redcorn. And when we did that interview with him in Austin, it was the opportunity of a lifetime for us. And then what happened, just so sad, but it did launch the show into a different little stratosphere, right? And I don't know really how to feel about that, but I'll take what we can get, right? Jonathan, I think, probably would have wanted it that way. I haven't talked to him that many times, but I do think he probably would have wanted it that way. Since then, we've been reached out to by a lot of people in the King of the Hill family, okay? One of those is Gary Yap. Gary Yap is, he was the lead animator and director for 40 episodes of King of the Hill when it first started. So if you think of episodes like Pretty Pretty Dresses, where Bill dresses up like his ex-wife Lenore and kind of goes nuts, he did that one, and he's done some pretty iconic episodes, right? But he reached out to us because he and Jonathan Joss were about to start on a graphic novel, like an Indian cowboy kind of thing, with a little more mature themes to it. And he wanted to let us know, myself and Rusty, my co-host, that we were going to be the only ones that would be allowed to talk about it. And we just did an interview with him on Sunday, and it was one of the best interviews we've had. The guy, you know, he showed all his emotions. He allowed us to. We went for about an hour and a half just talking about Jonathan and the project and all these things he wants to do. And now this guy that drew the cartoon that is the reason we're doing this show now wants to come back on with us and co-host a few times where he does commentary on the episodes that he directed. So
That's
it's just
incredible.
amazing what happens sometimes.
You know, fans around the world are going to be interested in that.
It's so
of
much
the show.
fun. It's so much fun. He's such a great guy, too. But anyway, he started a Kickstarter for this graphic novel, and he wanted us to be the outlet for that. So we're the only ones he's talked to about it. The Kickstarter has already been funded, but I think it's got a few days left, and I just wanted to come on here and give it one last push if we can. So that's what I sent in. The Kickstarter stuff, it's called Two Sides to Every Coin.
Okay, that's the Kickstarter.
Sorry, that was a lot.
No,
I'm so sorry.
I don't know if you can just get to the podcast with that QR code, or if we need to.
Yeah,
get more
I think
of the
they said they were
going
going to run a couple of different QR codes, but I believe
Great.
that one's going to take you straight to the Kickstarter.
Awesome.
Very good. I also want to point out, you and Rusty could transition easily into the King of the Hill universe and just be there, and it would totally make sense. I could see you there.
He's the guy that drew us into the picture. I don't know if you remember that, but he sent us a video of him actually drawing us into the family, standing in front of the fence.
Why? It just
and that
makes
was the
sense.
first time he had ever drawn John Redcorn, too. So first time for us and first time for John Redcorn. It was just such
Special.
a blessing. Yeah, it's so nice.
Do you have that at home? Do you have
I've got it on a big
frame?
poster that hangs
Okay.
in my office. Yeah, come on.
Amazing.
That's the thing that everybody says something about. Yeah, it's such an honor,
Okay, this podcast got started because of your love of this show, correct? You
Yeah,
and Rusty,
yeah,
you just
yeah.
kind of started talking about it and said, why not?
I remember when King of the Hill came out, and yes, I'm that old, but I remember watching it for the first time and thinking, boy, what a crime that this thing isn't allowed to continue. They canceled it and put on the Cleveland show, which stunk. And so, many years later, people have finally come around to it again, and I believe it's this month that season 15 debuts.
Wow, that is wild. That is amazing.
Yeah.
You go through one episode at a time, and
Right.
generally speaking, it's kind
Right.
of the usual way you do it. How many episodes? And we said, how many episodes have you covered?
So we are at season 9, episode about 10, something like that, and we do them one at a time.
Okay.
Now, when these new seasons come out, we do watch-alongs with those because we don't have the transcripts yet for the new stuff. But basically, it's a breakdown of the entire episode. So a 22-minute episode takes us about an hour and a half to cover, but that's because we have conversations and we talk to other people. And we just have fun.
Yeah.
Has this been your comfort show, so it's really easy? You're almost quoting the characters before they say something as you do these rewatches?
There is there are two shows that I do that bring me a lot of comfort and have defined my weekends for the last few years. One is Bois, King of the Hill podcast, and the second is Bros, Foes, and Heroes, and I do that with Zach Burke, who also works for Rogue, and we do comic books and stuff. And so those are real easy. One, I react to things, which is the comic book thing, and then the other one, I plan out the entire episode. So I see both sides, no pun intended, of the coin, but it's good to know that I have those each weekend because it's a little creative outlet.
Yeah.
You know?
I imagine you get a lot of interesting feedback about the podcast.
We do.
At least I hope you do. Has anyone ever said that the podcast made them want to watch the actual show? Because if they were fans of you first and started listening, maybe they'd start to jump in and
I don't know if we've ever had anybody say, but I know we have had people start with the new seasons,
Okay, yeah.
right? So we've brought them in for that. But I have had people jump from one show to the other. So that has really been nice. They'll be like, oh, I saw him on this. And I'm like, I never did that for that show. So yeah, it's just cool to see the crossover, though.
You have really good fans. I think this was the podcast, if I remember correctly, where the fans were trying to send you equipment
Oh, they
to
send
make
us
it
all
work.
kinds of stuff. They send us all kinds of stuff. They sent the entire collection on DVD, which is not cheap. Have sent us letters, have sent us postcards, have sent us koozies that they 3D printed that look like Alamo beer cans. They've sent us, just so much stuff. And it's just such a, you can be having the worst week and you get a letter from a fan like that and you're like, oh crap, maybe what I'm doing means something, to somebody.
You're
And
their
so-
friend in the car
That's it. That's
talking
right.
about
That's
their
it.
favorite show.
That's it. Yep. And now my friends I got. So.
I really want to know your thoughts on the new series of episodes and the new series of seasons. I know we're going to have to listen to the show to hear that, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that's very in-depth. And
Sure.
Any final thoughts before we go? Any
Too
last thing you
in-depth.
want to mention?
But yeah. Please watch the new episodes, follow along with us, and go support Gary Yap in the Kickstarter.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
We're always
you
happy to
very
have
much.
you here.
I
That's
appreciate
twice
it.
in a week.
Yeah.
It's nice we had him twice. Again, the latest episodes of Bois, King of the Hill podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be right back.
has been.